glass out through center, and then flicked deep into the zone by Jennings, who heads off on a change. Junior Blues crank it around behind their net on a clear attempt. Vaschuk lost the handle on it. Max Harper picks it up. Tough angle. Harper back around behind the net. Hangs on, throws it out in front, and then it bounces off a body and ends up careening back to center. So Harper will chase it himself there. Then gives it to Hayes. Then back ahead for Marshall Bowery. He enters the zone with a purpose on the right wing. Around behind the net on the backhand to the point. Swung over to the near side. Hayes, wrister through traffic, off the glove of Delamajuri. He loses the handle on it, centering feed from Harper. Goes through the crease back to the left point. Shot there, tipped on the way in. Bowery trying to find the handle, and he battles. And a couple of high shots from Cody Lichtenford, who gets away with it. As Zalkman says, let the boys battle it out. And now it's to Peter Kuznetsov, who was a scratch last night, a returner from last year's club. He'll dump it in off the left wing boards, and runners play it. Jack DiMatteo has it there, sending it around back behind the Topeka Twine. Scoreless first period. 3.5 minutes have run off the clock thus far. And a lead pass. DiMatteo picks it up again in his own end, feeding it to J.B. Baker near center. The 7 weekends, these two teams will face each other. 3 of those weekends here, and a pair at the Nelly out there in Springfield. There's a shot and a pad save made by Delamajuri. And then back up top, and not handled cleanly by Hayes as he batted it down, but it ended up clearing the zone, so he had to allow his teammates to tag up. Brady Jones chasing after it, comes up with it over on the far side, and then slapped into the Junior Blues zone by Marshall Bowery. Blues work it out through center, gloved by Hutchinson, driven right back in, and Delamajuri will stop it there. Dish off the boards. Kuznetsov just lobs it back in as Tomlak loops to tag up. Sent around behind the net. Tyler Hayes with a couple of nice moves. Slips away and then comes back up the near side with it. Not quite enough to get it out of the zone, though. Tomlak held it in. Preston trying to help knock it out. Then Richter spins, throws it through the high slot area, and caroms into the opposite corner to the left of Tyler Johnson. Runners defending the goal to our left. We're in the first period. Springfield with a 1-0 lead. 10:35 on the clock. Here comes Topeka through center. It's Quinn Preston. He'll lob it in deep. Max Harper with forecheck pressure. He and Lichtenvoort get after it. Nice work by Harper. And Bowery tries to get after it. And then it's played by Harper on the far side. Bowery in to help. Dug out back to the point. Big shot and sent just wide. And then Colin O'Connor will hold it in on the right board. Feathered down low. Bowery wanted to get to it, but the Junior Blues will pick it up instead. Backhanded out of the reach of Brady Jones out to center. And fed by Hikosaka to Colin O'Connor. His shot deflects off the stick of Lichtenvoort. And that's up over the glass and out of play with 9:53 to go here in period number 1. 1-0 your score. Springfield leading it. And let's set it downstairs. That hops about 4 or 5 feet in front of the goalie because, boy, you just never know what kind of crazy hop it can take. And we've seen both teams use that strategy here this weekend. There's Brady Tomlak. He enters the zone, but well offside was Trevor Stone by a good stride coming up the middle on the 3-on-3 rush. 7:37 on the clock. First period. It's Peter Kuznetsov with the power play goal for Springfield. His first point of the season, playing in just his 4th game. It was a scratch last night. Junior Blues with it up along the near side. Runners flutter it ahead and get it back out to center. Kuznetsov tried to drive it back in, but now Harper gets hit and knocked off his boots. Junior Blues back the other way with a feed for Stone. He overskates. Brady Jones can't clear. There's Kuznetsov. Another shot and a stop made by Johnson. Jones with an outlet pass. And that eludes Lichtenvoort. And chasing after was Fornaris. Kuznetsov gets to it and is able to knock it back out to center. It's tied up right in front of the Springfield bench. The referee to the end boards it goes off the ensuing faceoff, picked up by Harper on the right wing. Harper cuts through center, enters the zone on the left side, drops it off for DiMatteo at the left point. He tried to goose it down the wall a little bit further, but instead it's broken up. And the Blues will bounce it down to the Topeka zone. Tyler Hayes with a shoulder fake. Guides it to Bowery. A touch pass for Harper, and then sharply ahead for Brady Jones. Jones in, and his shot into the glove of Delamajuri, and he'll hang on. Jones and Fear shove each other around a little bit after the fact. But nothing developing from that. 16:37 on the clock, second period. 1-0 Springfield leads it. Next weekend, the Roadrunners travel to Corpus Christi to face the Ice Rays at the American Bank Center. Games will be Thursday and Saturday down there.